Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness is going to be an absolutely amazing movie as long as Marvel can stay away from doing these few things. Starting with the first point, which is please do not underpower Wanda and Strange. Now I understand these are insanely overpowered characters that have the powers to do insane things that for movie balances, normally they like to tone down the powers, make it so they can't just destroy anyone in their path.
Where's the fun in that?
But I feel like they would be a lot more interesting and let us dive into these actual characters and the problems they would face with having so much power and so much ability to do either good or bad, whether it's Doctor Strange fighting Wanda. I want to see an absolute power battle. I do feel like they're going to go this way based on the end of WandaVision and just some of the trailers we've seen. It seems like it's just going to be fully unhinged power. Let's just hope that Marvel stays that route and lets us see their full potential. The second point is do not hold back on the horror elements of this film. This is something they've mentioned a lot in teasers, and producers and directors saying it is going to have this horror feel to it, so I really hope it can live up to it. I mean, Sam Raimi is the director and he is known for his horror outside of Spider-Man, and even in Spider-Man, if you really watch, there's a lot of shots that are kind of horror based, lots of cool zoom effects, kind of body horror situation that we really don't see in other superhero movies. So obviously it's not going to be like an actual horror movie, but I just hope they actually delve into this, because if there's a lot of horror and scarier scenes and darker scenes where you really feel that suspense, I feel like it's really going to be a unique movie that stands on its own in the MCU, because really every single Marvel movie has a pretty light tone to it. Even Endgame and stuff, they always have a bunch of jokes and everything. We know Marvel's going to bring the comedy, but if they have this horror to kind of balance it out and take over a little bit of the tone of the movie, it will be amazing. Please just let Sam Raimi be Raimi and let this be an insane film. The third point I have might be a little unpopular. I want the cameos that they have in this movie to be very meaningful and keep them to a low amount. I'm sure you've been seeing everywhere online, people are just throwing out names left and right for who they want to see in this. Oh, we want to see Spider-Man, Deadpool, the X-Men, we want to see everybody you can imagine people want to see in this movie. But I feel like if there's too many cameos and we focus on it for too long, it will kind of run into the problem that the Eternals had. And I know you're probably thinking, what are you saying? There's no cameos in Eternals. But let me explain. When Eternals, the first hour of the movie is pretty much spent on them going through flashbacks and then going to get each of the Eternals from their own places. And it takes forever for us to go to these different characters, learn about them, do all this. I don't want to waste 20 minutes just going to different universes for a couple minutes at a time just to say, oh hey, look, here's this old Marvel character here. Oh, Iron Man's alive again, all this stuff. I want the cameos to actually have a part in the film and not just be there for just pure fan service. I personally don't want Superior to Iron Man in this film, but if he is going to be in here, they have to do it right. Make him actually cause problems for our main characters. Let him just be completely unhinged as Superior Iron Man would be. Don't try to just throw him in there just to make people happy because it's an Iron Man again and have him be pretty much Robert Downey Jr. 2.0. Make it important so it doesn't just feel like we're cheaply trying to just get people excited just based on how big Iron Man is as a name. And this leads into my next point is I do not want the X-Men in this movie fully, and I know you're going to disagree with this, but we know Professor X is going to be in this movie, and that's a great introduction to this whole new universe of X-Men. But there in this movie, it's kind of going off my cameo point, is it's just going to feel way too crowded to introduce these characters in a brand new universe. Like I said, if we start to tease it, if there's a post-credit scene that 100% confirms the X-Men are here and we have Professor X, that's enough for me to just build that hype, making me even more excited for the future without overcrowding this film. Because we have some amazing characters in here with Wanda, Strange, Wong, Mordo coming back as a villain. I really hope we can just center on those four characters, have this be their story, their internal struggles, and just do everything that the first Doctor Strange did again. All the cool effects, the amazing fight scenes. Because when you have characters like Doctor Strange and Wanda, it is going to be visually amazing. So I just hope they really just focus in on these characters. Like I said, just build up for hype and future things. We don't need everything all at once. We don't need Deadpool in this movie. We know we're getting a third Deadpool. Strange has been a side character in movies for the last 6 years since his first solo movie, so I really hope they just let him shine in this film. If you want to hear some positive theories about Thor Love and Thunder, click here, or you can check out why I'm worried about Miss Marvel on this video.